my bag. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Carolina Panthers. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. First carry for Leonard Fournette. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Leonard Fournette, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
From the gun, Russell. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance, if they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing. It puts them in that position.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 9-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun to McCaffrey, spinning away. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Let's go. Check 48's the mic. I got him.
On 3rd and 1, it's Haskins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
That's good for Panthers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the ready. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Let's go, tight end. It's free. 1, 2.
Here's McCaffrey. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain. But that call makes sense, because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
48 money. 48 money. Here we go, G. Let it go. Watch the shit. Watch the shit. Hey, watch the shit.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Some good, strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness, just about got him into the end zone.
Here we go. 60 outlaws. 61. Next spot. Let it go.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. Christian McCaffrey, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Off the play fake. Russell. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43.
We own them. We own them. Kill, kill, kill. 66.
Throwing again. Russell. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
Here
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Russell. He sets to fire deep, and that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing.
Here we go. At their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. He's got a man, complete, 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 84 yards, and the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
And a Jaguar first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
From the gun, Russell. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
2nd and 2. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 43.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him think.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
On 1st and 10, Russell. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Julian Love, the rookie from Notre Dame, there to get a hand in. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be.
You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
On third down, Fournette. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Mike, check. Hurry. Hey, defense, let's go. Hey, lucky, go.
Off play action. Russell. Rolling to his right. He gets this one to Boyd.
Oh, yeah. Let's go now.
On second down, here's Fournette. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun gig to Fournette. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Under 10. Check 13. He's crashing. He's one. Match box. Mike. Switch ball.
On 4th down, Russell. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Let's get off the field, D. Switch.
Operating from the gun, Russell, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Partner's been my experience that after 2 stops like that near the goal line, defense has only become bolder. They don't back off at all. I think they continue to bring pressure and force them to make a really big play against them.
And the incompletion, then the run for no gain. Let's see now. From the gun on third down, Russell, and that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Touchdown.
Josh Oliver, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
36. Mike, 48. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
They go play action now. Haskins. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Wide. Get wide. Check 9.
From the gun, Russell. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Fournette. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It's gonna be
To throw on 2nd down. Russell toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. From the 17, Haskins. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. 4 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's third down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now Haskins to throw it, and he's got his target. That's more. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And that's complete to McCaffrey. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Again, it's Haskins. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That one a first down pickup of 8. Haskins now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's first and 10. Now Haskins on first down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Looking to throw, Haskins. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Haskins on third down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Josh Allen in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. This is McCaffrey. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up third and about 6.
Brings up third and 6.
44. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Third down. Here's Haskins. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Walters to return it.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
A 3-yard pickup.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down.
Check 50. Check 50.
Operating from the gun. Russell. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Let's go. Check, check, 59. You.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check nickel. That's it. Hurry.
Off the play fake. Russell. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
Third and 10.
Hey, ready? 5-4. Mike 5-4. Double dog. 22, jet, over. 22, jet, over. 54, right there. 54.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he's got this down to the 35. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 35.
First down, Jaguars.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Russell. He completes it to Boyd. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Jacksonville.
On the double. Check, 59.
Off play action. Russell, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Well, he made that catch knowing full well that at the end of it, he's going to catch a pretty good lick.
I guess if there's anyone on this team that can absorb a pop, it's him. Throwing again on 2nd down. Haskins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line. Haskins now 12 of 15 throwing the ball. 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. McCaffrey. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Haskins will throw. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Josh Allen in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now it's Walters. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at their 49-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. And we're back now in Charlotte. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Gotta do better.
From the gun, Russell. And that will be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From the 16, Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pick it up, pick it up.
On 3rd down, Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Their own 32-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
At the 32-yard line.
Let's go now. 15 runner, 15 runner. Right, 54. What's the run? They're running.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Russell. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
To throw on third down. Russell. And that is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Haskins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Russell. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Russell. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on football.
And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Second down, Haskins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before this worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult, Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there for sack number 22 on the year, and folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001.
44's Mike. Check.
Another try after the first down sack. Haskins, that's going to be caught by Samuel. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 45-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Thomas has got it, complete. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a first down in field goal range already. They'll run on first down. Browning. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Back to throw. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. He will push his way down to about the 14. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
At the Jaguars' 14-yard line.
This time, Haskins will look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel in the final minute. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. The extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. throw. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
54. Mike 54. Let's go. Mike 54. Mike 54. Mike 54. Get that quarterback at all costs. Right there. 54. Right there.
They'll look to throw, and he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And the return will stop right around the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and I think they might have something in this young rookie quarterback because he certainly looked the part.
I have to ask you a question. Are you thinking similar to what I'm thinking? That these rookie quarterbacks, they come in more prepared than ever before?
Year after year, they just seem more comfortable from day one.